When Duffy and Reacher part ways in Reacher Season 3's finale, it almost feels like the show is ignoring everything that happened between the titular character and Dixon in Season 2. Like the original Lee Child Jack Reacher books, the Amazon Prime Video detective series features a new love interest for the Alan Ritchson character in every season. While Reacher was romantically involved with Roscoe in Season 1, he moved on to Dixon in Season 2. Season 3 marked the beginning of another relationship for Reacher after he got involved with DEA agent Susan Duffy. Towards Reacher Season 3's ending moments, the titular character parted ways with Duffy as well, which paves the way for him to pursue someone else in Season 4. While it is debatable whether the show's approach towards featuring romantic relationships is effective, it is hard not to notice how Duffy and Reacher's final interaction in Season 3 seems a little strange. The two characters end their relationship on a high note with no bitter feelings towards one another, but the way they separate seems to completely ignore Reacher's history with Dixon. Reacher Season 3 isn't actually the first time Reacher has been the dumpy. Dixon dumped Reacher before Duffy. Reacher Season 3 tries to make it look like Jack Reacher has never been dumped before and has always called the shots on his relationships. When Duffy finally breaks it to him that she is not looking for long-term relationships, Reacher seems utterly surprised, claiming that she stole his lines. However, Reacher's reaction seems strange, given how, before Duffy, Dixon had done something similar. Roscoe and Reacher's relationship in Season 1 ended on a sad note because Roscoe wanted to take things further and see whether she and Reacher could make things last. She only backed off from the relationship because Reacher told her that his lifestyle would never allow him to have a long-term relationship with anyone. Hoping that she and Reacher would someday reunite, Roscoe even wrote him her number on a Clark Bars wrapper. Dixon, in contrast, might have seen a future with Reacher but happily parted ways with him in Season 2's ending moments. She joked about wanting to take him to meet her parents but established that she, too, understood they did not have a future. The fact that Dixon initiated the end of her relationship with Reacher in Season 2 establishes that Duffy was not the first woman who actively dumped Jack Reacher. Yet, Reacher Season 3 tries to establish that the Alan Ritchson character does not know what it is like to be dumped by someone. Reacher's reaction suggests there have been a lot of women between Dixon and Duffy. He seems to follow a fixed protocol to ease his partners out of romantic relationships. When Duffy tries to ease Reacher out of their relationship by claiming that their fling was only a one-time thing and could never lead to anything long-term, Reacher feels glad that, for once, he does not have to be the one to break up. This seems to establish that Reacher has been in way too many relationships, even between Dixon and Duffy. Since committing is not his thing, he seems to have developed a fixed protocol where he says a series of things to ensure he does not end his relationship with his romantic partners on a bitter note. Reacher's reaction to Duffy taking the lead in ending their relationship also suggests that he experienced many tough breakups after briefly dating Dixon in Season 2. It seems likely that in most of his romantic pursuits after Season 2, it eventually came down to him to end things on his own terms, leaving him with the responsibility of being the one to walk away. This would explain why Duffy's approach caught him off guard. Since he was not used to someone else taking the initiative to end things, the shift in his usual dynamic with his romantic partners gave him a surprising sense of relief. Reacher Season 4 doesn't need a love interest. The tiresome trope needs to end. An edited image of Alan Ritchson as Jack Reacher next to the poster for Reacher Season 3. Custom image by Max Roshinsky. In Lee Child's original Jack Reacher books, the titular character pursues a new romantic interest in almost every installment. Since the show loyally adapts its source material, it makes sense that it follows the same narrative trope. However, after Season 3, the trope is starting to get a little tiresome and redundant. To bring some novelty to its storytelling, Reacher Season 4 must break this trend and avoid featuring a love interest for Jack Reacher. When it comes to overall storytelling, Reacher, so far, has done a decent job of keeping things fresh. While Season 1 kept viewers invested with its typical procedural drama, Season 2 intrigued audiences by adding new players from Reacher's past to the mix. Similarly, Reacher Season 3 brought something new to the table by walking through an undercover operation and featuring a giant villain like Paulai. However, when it comes to Reacher's romantic endeavors, things are starting to get a little too repetitive. Therefore, Reacher Season 4 might benefit from easing on the romantic subplots. Or, it could switch things up a little by marking the return of an old love interest like Roscoe.